In this video, we're going to try to replace this mirror. It's on a Buick Terraza. It's the same procedures for Chevy Uplanders and probably the Pontiac Montanna. But this this mirror took a hit and lost part of the mirror right here, and also it is really floppy like this. The motor still works, it's just this thing is real loose. Anyway, you can find these replacement mirrors, which replaces this entire part, the mount part and all the mirror, on eBay for about $35. And here's one I just got in the mail today. And you can tell this one comes with the little connector here, and there's 3 bolts that will hold it on. And this one is actually heated. You can see the little heat icon here, where this one is not, but it was cheap. So I got the heated one because it was cheaper than any other ones I could find. Anyway, first thing you need to do is grab this and pull it back. And there's only one little plastic pin in here holding this top part in. Then you can come down here a little lower. You pull a little bit, and it should be enough, hopefully, that we can get to those 3 bolts right there. The 3 taps. And so what we need to do is get those, or the nuts, I guess. Get those 3 nuts loose, and then the mirror should pull off, and the wire we can replace from the outside as well. So anyway, I'm going to get the wrench and try to get those loose. So the 3 taps and washers or nuts, they came off pretty easily. Now the one thing that I did do, here I'll show you. I used a 10mm wrench, and it was the right size. But one thing I did is I took the shirt here and I shoved it down in here, so that way if you actually drop one of these nuts by accident, they don't drop down behind your door panel, because if they did, you'd have to remove your whole door panel to get it off or to get it back, and we don't want to do that. But there's 3 of them in there. There's the 3rd one. But I just shoved the shirt down in there just so that if it falls, I just got to dig it out right here instead of actually pulling the door panel off. But those 3 taps are all loose, and so I wanted to grab this, and you can tell it's, well, maybe you can't tell. Yeah, you can. It's a little loose, and it's a little stuck up here at the top, probably just from years of being stuck on here. So I put my hand in here and just pull it, and there it came loose, and there's the wire that goes down in there. So it's bad news for those of you who thought this was going to be easy. This mirror has a cable on it that hangs down about halfway down the door, and so that's where it joins, so you can't just do it out the top outside hole here. We have to get into the door panel, which will mean pulling these 2 screws out, and then pulling off this piece, and then pulling the door panel out so we can see back there. It takes a, I just threw it on the ground, a number 4 wrench to get these loose. So I'll get these loose, then I'll see if I can get the door panel off. So I've pulled off a few of the pins. You can see that one there looks like it's going to have to be pulled out and then put back into the little slot right there. It slides in to that little hole, then snaps back into there. But for the most part, a lot of them came out. I just put my hand back here and just pulled real hard, and there's, 3 of them down the front, and then a couple at the bottom. But anyway, the wire we're looking for is inside here, and you can see it. There it is. It's right here. This is the wire that we're looking for, and we just need, not this one, and we just need to get this unhooked. See if I can get a good view of it. There we go. There. That came out, and that is the wire for the mirror. So now this hopefully will come out of here. Yep, it's coming. There. So, there, the old mirror is out. Now, just got to put the new mirror in. Alright, so here's the new one. Came with these little protection things. This is a brand new one. It was $35 off eBay. It was a steal. So anyway, here we go. Before you install the new mirror, you want to pull the pad, this little foam padding off there, and there's a sticker on the back of it that'll let it stick to the new mirror. And I just pulled it off, and here it is. And I'm going to stick this on there, and then it will be ready to mount into the car. And we have to feed this wire back down in the same place it came out of. So feed it right back down in there. I'll go ahead and put this up here, and there it is. That's how it's going to look. It's going to look like that. So the new mirror is in place. I got one tap kind of holding it on, and I've found the wire down here, and I got this is where it's going to hook it right back up to where it was, and there's a little clip on here, and the clip goes toward the outside of the door, so this actually has to go like this, and then it will fit right into the adapter. So with it connected, I got you want to test to make sure that it's actually working. So over here I push this to control the passenger side, and hopefully we'll see it move. Oh yeah, it's working good. Good. We're in business. All right. So now that we know it's working, we can go ahead and finish putting it together. All right, I got all the pins put back in down here along the bottom and up the side, except for one underneath here and one here, this one. And we need to put the taps back on so that it holds the mirror on. And again, I'm putting the shirt in here so that way if anything falls, I don't have to take the door panel off again. So now here's the nut. And let's get them all started, get them all spun up as tight as we can with my fingers. So I got all those tightened up. One thing to make this easier, get these started, come out here and push on this a little bit, and then while you're pushing it, spin these, and it'll save you a lot of cranking time with the wrench. Anyway, they're all in. That pin down there is lined up. This pin is lined up. We'll just smack it back on. All right. And also, when I was taking it apart, this thing has to come off. It has 3 little clips on it like this that hold it in, but it should. This thing just comes out. And it's hard to do with one hand. All right, there it is. Get it lined up, and there. Back in place. Good. All right. There it is. And the mirror's in place. This one's going in the trash. And that took about, the whole process takes about maybe 20-25 minutes maybe. I didn't really stop recording very long just to do a few things. But the worst part is when you pull this back, if those pins get stuck in the door, to get those pins out, what I do is I try to loosen them up with my fingers a little bit. Then I'll take a wrench, shove it in behind there, and then just jam it out or pry it out, and hopefully that'll be enough that you can actually wiggle it loose. So that's the process of replacing the side mirror on a Buick Terraza, which is also the same procedure as a Chevy Uplander or a Pontiac Montanna, and it's also the same procedure that I used to replace a mirror on a 2001 Oldsmobile Silhouette. And so anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer. But for $35 for a mirror shipped to your house and 30 minutes of your time to put it on, assuming you have a 10mm wrench, it is well worth it. And it's so much, it'll be so nice driving down the road and this thing not shaking around when we're driving. Anyway, thanks again for watching.